If you're thinking about relocating to Venice, Florida, one thing people want to know is, what can I get for my money? But what really surprises relocation buyers is how dramatically the same budget can look depending on where it is that you buy in Venice. So stick with me for a few minutes because the difference between these homes is pretty eye-opening. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you real examples of homes around $500,000, $750,000, and $1 million. And I'm going to compare Wellen Park and the Island of Venice so you can see how location really changes what it is that you get. Hello everyone, my name is Justin Bowers and I am a Venice native, a Special Forces Army veteran, and a local real estate professional. And I help people relocate here pretty regularly. All right, so you can spend the exact same amount of money and end up with two completely different types of homes, depending on whether you prioritize newer construction and amenities or being close to the beach in downtown Venice. So first we're going to start off with the $1 million range. And so for this first example, this is going to be a home right around the $1 million price point in Wellen Park, specifically in the Island Walk community. So this home is about 3,700 square feet, which is quite a bit of space. It has a 3-car garage, or more likely a 2-car garage and a golf cart. So the upgrades in this price point are typically fully loaded. Homes like this are typically newer construction and often sit on premium waterfront lots. It's not boating water, but it does give you a much more open view behind the home with plenty of Florida wildlife for your viewing pleasure. And yes, there is almost a 100% likelihood that there are gators in there. So with a property like this, you're going to get a lot of square footage, you're going to get modern construction, and a very amenity-rich driven lifestyle. So switching over, now we're going to compare the $1 million on the Island of Venice, and let's take a look at the difference. So this particular home is about 1,500 square feet and is built in the 60s. So it's significantly smaller and older than what we just looked at in Wellen Park. But it is completely updated. It has a pool and it's located very close to the beach with private deeded access. So we're talking about walking distance or a very short bike ride to the beach. And this is where Venice real estate gets interesting. On the island, you're typically paying more for location and lifestyle. Being close to the beach, downtown Venice, restaurants, and the overall island atmosphere. So while the home itself, it may be a little bit smaller, many buyers are willing to make that trade-off for the location. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at the $750,000 range in Wellen Park. So this example is in Sarasota National. This is another amenity-rich golfing community. So this home is roughly 2,400 square foot, 1,300 square foot smaller than its $1 million counterpart. This home sits on another one of the waterfront lots overlooking the pond, which again is considered a premium lot in these communities. So what you've lost in this home, aside from the square footage, is that now you just have a 2-car garage and your upgrades within the home have typically become fewer, but they are still present. So homes in neighborhoods like this, they typically come with access to community amenities like pools and fitness centers and pickleball courts and all the social activities that you guys love. So again, you're getting a newer home, a water view, and a lot of built-in neighborhood amenities. All right, so we're gonna look over at the $750,000 mark on the island, and the picture changes quite a bit. So this home is about 1,800 square foot, built in the 50s, and it does have some mid-level updates in a pool. It is located a bit further from the beach compared to the $1 million example, but it's still within biking distance for sure. Maybe just over a mile, but there's no private beach access on this particular home. So, and this is where buyers start to see the trade-offs for one for the other. The closer you get to the beach at this price point, the more likely it is that you'll either lose some square footage or you're gonna find a home that needs a little bit more work. So now when it comes to the island, the trade-off isn't simply square footage for upgrades. Lot size can also play a really important role, as well as the originality of the floor plan and the overall design of the home. So Venice Island has some really unique construction and you never know what you're gonna come across. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at the $500,000 range. And so in this example, we are gonna be going into the Renaissance community in Wellen Park. So this home is about 1,600 square foot and it actually has a pool, which is something many buyers are specifically looking for here in Florida. Its upgrades, they tend to be fewer, but it's still aesthetically pleasing and checks a lot of the boxes with many buyers that are relocating here, as is normal for your newer construction. So it's not on the water like some of the others, but the community still offers amenities like pools, fitness areas, recreational spaces, which many buyers enjoy. So now, if you look at around the 500,000 mark on the island, you're typically looking at something like this example right here. This home is about 1,400 square feet and also has a pool, and it's located about 1 mile from the beach. But at this price point on the island, homes often need updating in several areas. So again, buyers have to decide what matters more to them. Is it going to be the location near the beach or the condition and size of the home? So when buyers are trying to decide where to live in Venice, it really comes down to lifestyle priorities. If you want newer construction, more square footage, and access to community amenities and neighborhoods in Wellen Park, that's going to be a great fit. But if being close to the beach, downtown Venice, and the island lifestyle is your top priority, many buyers are willing to trade some square footage or take on a little bit of updating to live that type of lifestyle. So if you're considering relocating to Venice or anywhere along Florida's Gulf Coast and you want some help figuring out which neighborhoods or homes might fit your budget and your lifestyle, please feel free to reach out. I am always happy to help people explore their options and see whether this area is actually the right fit for them and their family. Thank you so much for hanging in there till the end. God bless.